Oh, wow. Good night. Oh. Yeah, what time is it there?
It's 10 p.m.
Wow. Wow. It is 12:30 p.m. here.
12:30 p.m. Okay. Firstly,
Hi.
I want to firstly I want to thank you for accepting my invitation and allowing me to talk with you.
Absolutely. My pleasure. It was a pleasant surprise.
Uh, can you introduce yourself to my audience?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Winifred, and I am of Haitian descent, but I was born in the United States. Both of my parents are born and raised in Haiti, and I am a writer. I write all kinds of things from short stories, I write fiction, I write how to self help. I kind of mix into the different genres like romance. Thriller, just a little bit of everything. And on top of writing stories, I also write poetry, which on my Instagram page is mostly what you'll see is me just writing poetry, reciting poetry. I also just love reading in general, and helping people discover their inner writer. And also, I know I'm saying a lot. Also, I have a business. It's called the She Market LLC. And what I do is I host events, and I give people basically a platform to talk about whatever it is they do. So if they have a business or they have a service, I create a space for them to come out and share their talents.
How old are you?
Oh gosh, I wasn't expecting that question. I'm 34 years of age. I just recently turned 34.
You live in United States.
I do.
Okay. In which state?
I'm coming out of the state of Maryland.
When you started writing?
I've been writing honestly ever since I was a child. I remember, my dad especially, he was so strict when it came to homework, and he would make me sit and practice writing. And whenever he would go out, because he was always going to some garage sale, he would bring back books. So I just feel like as soon as I began learning how to write and read, I've always been creating my own stories and poems since a very, very young age. So young that I can't even remember how old I was.
And do you have a blog?
I don't have a blog, but I have been guest blogging on different websites. Right now, I have a few posts up on a website. It's called kingdomboss.com, which is kingdom like KINGDOM, boss, BOSS.com. And from time to time, I'll guest blog there. I'll guest blog on my church newspaper. I'll add inquiries there. Um, but I don't have my own blog. I used to, but I just got so busy that I couldn't keep up with it. So I've decided to guest blog.
Can you write about anything?
I can. I literally can, and I love a challenge. I love just the unexpected and how I can basically create a story out of anything going on in life, in the world. A lot of people think that when I write or when a person writes, it comes from their own personal experience, or maybe it comes from somebody they know. But I honestly feel like I could take a story from any situation and write about it and
So
express
you're
it.
so you're good in explaining things.
Yes, I like to think so. I like to think so.
Okay. So how many posts have you wrote? And you said that you wrote blog posts and kingdom.com.
Yes, yes. I wrote blog posts on kingdomboss.com, and I actually have written, let's see, I've written 3 books under a pen name. And actually, now I've just recently started to write under my actual name, Winifred. Um, I always thought having a pen name would give me, I guess, more of a freedom to write about whatever I wanted without judgment. However, I feel at this point in my life that, I shouldn't worry about, I guess, how other people feel about my writing, because there is an audience somewhere that will enjoy whatever I'm writing about. So I'm currently working on 4 books, and I should have one finished by August. It's in the editing phase.
You have good voice.
Oh, thank you so much. I always thought I had a weird voice. It wasn't until I got to Instagram and I started reciting my poems online that people told me they like my voice, and I'm like, whoa. So thank you so much. And I'm actually a very shy person. Even being on camera with you right now, it makes me nervous. But I really feel that this year, especially, that I just feel like God wants me to use my voice more. So you saying that really just kind of confirms what I've been thinking. I appreciate it.
I'm a writer too. I have 3 websites. I love writing. So I have experience of 5 years. I have three blogs. I love
Wow.
explaining things. I love explaining things like you, but I'm 28, 27. I'm 27. And I have 3 mobile applications in Google Store. I have 5,000 people are studying from my website.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
I connected with you. I started listening. I connected with you. I I have seen your posts, and I thought that this 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 woman is a writer. This woman is writing about things like I used to do. But right now I came to YouTube. I started using my vocal cord. I used to write before. I was a blogger. Now I became a
Hmm.
blogger. So I thought to show my face. Then I thought to speak uh, the words which I used to explain in my blog. So writing what you ha- eh, I want to know whether anything changed in your life when you started writing, when you started explaining about things.
I feel like I just experienced a new level of peace when I began writing. I feel so comfortable. It just feels so natural for me to write. And it was just something that I kind of did for myself. I kind of compare it to a pianist, right? When they're on the keys and they're just kind of flowing and they're playing this beautiful music and everybody's just listening and falling in love with the sound. That's how I feel when I type. When I'm writing, whether it's a pencil or it's a keyboard on a laptop, when I'm clicking those keys and I'm creating, you know, worlds from my keyboard, I just feel just amazing. It's almost like I'm floating. So when I discover that that's something that I love to do, and not only do I love to do it, but people who read what I write or hear me when I recite poetry, the fact that they can share in that moment, it really gave me a sense of purpose. And that's been a huge change that's come about in my life ever since I've embraced writing.
Can you provoke feelings and emotions using your writings?
Yes, yes, absolutely. I think that there's just so much power in writing. And I think it's funny because, some people are envious of the gifts of others. Like, for example, singers, or dancers. A lot of people say, oh, I wish I could sing. I wish I could dance like that. I think writing is kind of like the the overlooked, sometimes the overlooked talent. Um, but it's just so powerful because in every area, in every business, in everything that you have to do in your life, whether it's professionally or personally, it requires writing. So people like us, who have this amazing ability to write, and whether it's, creatively expressing emotion or it's professionally, there's just so much power in that. And we really do, as writers, um, shape the world. And I think it's awesome that we can do it from the background as well as the forefront. But hopefully that answers that question. But definitely, you can tap into emotion. I love writing and making people feel special, making people feel loved, connecting with people through words. You can make people angry, you can make people cry, just by the way you express emotions through writing.
Can you attack people with your writings?
Can I attack people?
Yeah.
I could, but that's not something I'm into. But it's definitely a possibility to attack, if that's somebody's direction, but that's absolutely not something I would ever do. I think there's a way to express your differences through writing without being disrespectful, without attacking somebody, even without judging someone. I consider myself to be very non judgmental. So even if I have a different perspective or I disagree with someone, I think that there's a way to do it with grace.
Okay. Write about something about me which you are seeing right now.
Right about you right now. I would say you definitely have a warm smile from this image I'm looking at. Um, I would say that you're a person who takes charge, definitely. So you're a person that takes charge, that is creative, that is inspiring others, that is using technology to, make your mark in the world. I guess that would be my little caption bio for you.
Can you can you can you explain more deeper?
You said, can I explain a little deeper?
Yeah.
I just think that, even from the way that you approached me on Instagram, um, it was really random. I was like, who is this person? But you just kind of took that charge to say, hey, I'll interview you. Not a lot of people will do that. Some people are scared of rejection. Some people would be nervous because what if we got on this video and my account was fake, right? What if I was not the person that you
Yeah.
saw? So, that's why I say you just kind of take charge. Like you said, you were doing blogging first, now you're doing blogging, you've moved to YouTube, you have your own audience, which I think is great. I'm still, growing my audience, but, you seem to have a very solid fan base. So I would definitely say that you are doing a great job, just kind of doing what you can do to add information into the world.
I can understand your writing by listening to you
Thanks.
because you are using words which are making me to listen for you continuously.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Glad to
I
hear that.
can I can understand I can understand the connection between writing and speaking. If you are a good writer, I think you'll become a good speaker. What do you say about this?
I agree and disagree at the same time because I do think that some people are just natural born speakers. And they have, for example, and I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm just using this example. So, Martin Luther King, right? His voice alone, it really wouldn't matter what came out of his voice. The sound of his voice, the tone, the way it rings, when he speaks. Not everybody can do that. I think some people are just born with just powerful voices, powerful presence, you know. I consider myself to be a quiet, kind of shy person. So although I can get up and I can speak, it's not something I'm necessarily going to say is my area of expertise. I think that writers and speakers, it's awesome if you have the double threat. But I don't think that every writer is automatically a good speaker. Um, there are certain leaders that have writers write their speeches, and nobody ever thinks about, well, who wrote that speech? They just assume it comes from whoever the speaker is. So I agree and disagree at the same time. There are people with both, but I think that there are people who just kind of specialize in one or the other.
At last, what you want to say to the people who are watching this video, who may be writers or who may be speakers, on what they should learn from this video?
Well, I just want to say to everybody, just, be yourself, figure out what it is that makes you special. And I feel like sometimes people say that they don't know what that is, but I think you do know. I think it's in your heart. I think that there are people in positions in your life that are going to tell you, what your gifts are. So definitely spend the time developing them. And I will say that everybody should be open to connect and communicate with different people from different parts of the world. For example, like we have, on two completely different parts of the world. It's nighttime over there. The day is just kind of getting started over here. I could have easily just overlooked that request. I could have just deleted it. But I didn't. I was open minded. And I think that led to, a great connection between us. And I think if more people kind of took that leap of faith and tried something new, and, it may not always be what you want it to be, but I think it's worth taking chances. And, you have a gift, share it. When opportunity comes, take it. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much for giving your time and telling what you have experienced and what is works what works for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. I know I was kind of like taking a lot of time trying to get Skype together, but I appreciate your patience and keep up the good work. I would like to share my Instagram handle for anybody on Instagram. It is writing by Winifred. And yeah, follow me, comment, like, share, whatever it is. I'll definitely return the favor.
Can I put this video on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, absolutely. I was checking out your channel and I saw you've had a lot of great guests. So, yeah, absolutely. It'd be an honor.
Thank you. Be happy, keep
No,
smiling. You have very good voice. I want you to write more things. I want you to express your thoughts until the day you be alive.
thank you so much. You're awesome. Totally awesome.
Take care.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.